All right, everybody. Thank you all so much for being here. We are at the top of the hour, so it is time to get started. We're at the Illinois Association for College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair, specifically for transfer students this evening, and we're powered by StriveScan. My name is Sibel Rasim. I'm your facilitator for this evening. Before we get started, before we start the fun in learning about these amazing institutions, just a couple quick housekeeping items for you. First and foremost, you want to ask questions. We encourage that. So please ask these questions by typing in your question in the Q&A button down at the bottom of your Zoom toolbar. Once you click that button, you can type in your answers or your questions, at any point in time. I say any point in time because we will not be having a live Q&A at the very end of the session. So please make sure to ask those questions before the end of the session so our presenters can answer them. Also, speaking of your questions, please make sure that you put the institution's name within your question so that we know who the question goes to. Also, your camera and microphone are off. So you're muted, your video is turned off, and the panelists cannot see or hear you. So the question and answer button there is extremely important to interact with our presenters and get your questions answered. Also, another quick little fun fact is the chat is disabled on your end as an attendee, but they may be putting some awesome information in the chat, like their contact information or links they want you to check out. So please make sure you're checking the chat from time to time as well. Sign up for more sessions. We don't have any more sessions for this evening any longer, so kind of disregard that message, but please make sure to check out strivescan.com for any other sessions you may be interested in. A recording of this will be available in the next coming days. Maybe your mom wanted to check it out. Maybe you have a cousin, or maybe you wanted to relive tonight's fun. So please check out that recording in the next coming days. All of these sessions are recorded from this evening and will be available at strivescan.com/Illinois. Now, without further ado, I would love to get started. Our first institution up for this evening is DePaul University.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Cynthia Delgadillo. I'm one of the assistant directors at DePaul, specifically at work with transfer and adult students. I've been at DePaul 15 years and most of the time working with transfers, and I'm also a transfer myself, so I know the experience firsthand. I will share my screen and show you a couple different things just so that you have access to DePaul resources after today. In case you're not familiar too much with DePaul, DePaul is a private institution. We have two main locations in Chicago. The Loop, which is actually my background there, is where we have the College of Business, Computing, the College of Communication, our adult program, which is a school for continuing professional studies, the law school. And then at Lincoln Park is what you would consider more of the traditional residential campus, and that houses the rest of the colleges, which is liberal arts, education, science and health, music and theater. So again, I'll share my screen. So just to give you a couple of ways to connect with us after today. The first thing that I will be doing is kind of just showing you really quick. So we're remote, right? So we are remote, but we are able to meet with students both with Zoom appointments, phone appointments, and I'm going to put the link on here, but it's very easy. You'll get to your counselor by the counselor finder map. So you'll be able to look at wherever you're coming from in Illinois, community college, university, etc. And then you'll find your counselor. When you click on them, you'll get this. So this is my information here. And then you'll be able to sign up to connect with us if you would like to go over any credit information like transfer credit, kind of your timeline to apply. So all that kind of information there. Moving on, and again, I'll put it all in the chat box. We do have a lot of resources for transfer students. So that's one thing of why I think DePaul is transfer friendly, right? In the sense that we have resources that you have access to. So scrolling down here, this is our transfer center. You would click on, hey, how do I transfer my classes, right? You want to know which ones are transferable, that kind of stuff. You would basically go through the system. If you're coming from an Illinois community college, then you could use a transfer guide if you're planning to be at that community college for a year or 2 years from now and not looking to transfer immediately. If you are looking to transfer right away, or you're not coming from an Illinois community college, you're coming from a university, then I would recommend looking at the transfer course list. That's a little bit easier to look at how your credits will transfer. Again, when you are looking at this, it might be overwhelming, but that's what I'm here for and my other 4 colleagues. So if you ever wanted to meet with us, we will do this for you in an appointment as well. Those transfer guides are really good because it's basically a recommended list of classes, and it shows the community college course list and the number and how it transfers over to DePaul. DePaul is a private institution, like I mentioned, so we have about 21,000 students. Of those, about 11,000 are undergraduate students, so we're able to keep our class sizes small. The nice thing is that because we have these agreements already set up with community colleges, for example, the transfer process shouldn't be that, that's stressful. It should be a kind of an easy or at least smooth transition. And that's what we're here for, to help you. Other things too, in case you're interested in visiting campus, I put all these links, like I said, in the chat box. Here you can click on undergraduate visits. Whether you're just starting the process of looking at schools, you can kind of explore campus life. You can look at information sessions that we're having for prospective students, or if you're already applied and admitted, you can attend those specific events for you as well. So when you would scroll down here, this is how you could also find like how to connect with a transfer counselor, for example, right? And then if you're not looking for 101 yet, you kind of want to do a general information session, you can do that. And if you continue scrolling down, you will be able to do the Lincoln Park and Loop campus. Right now, the Lincoln Park campus does have live tours happening Mondays, Fridays and Saturdays. You have to sign up in advance, answer a couple COVID questions and that kind of stuff. The Loop tour downtown is not open right now. So we are remote. So that is kind of a closed campus right now. We are hoping though for fall of 21, so coming up soon, to be back on campus. So with the hope of that, we're looking kind of to be what we call normal again, right? And back on campus. Students, when they're applying to DePaul, we'll fill out the transfer application. There's no fee, no recommendation letter, no personal statement required. And then they would just need to submit their official transcripts. Those can be sent either electronically or via mail. The nice thing is that once we are reviewing your application for admission, we're also reviewing you for scholarship at the same time. So no need to worry about needing extra essays for our scholarships. We're reviewing you because those are merit-based, which are GPA-wise. Again, DePaul's private, but we also have DePaul Grant, which is institutional aid based on your family income. So students are encouraged to fill out the FAFSA. If you're not able to file for FAFSA, you will fill out the DePaul alternative FAFSA form. So all of that can happen after admission. And obviously, again, if you want to meet one-on-one, I will throw all that in the chat box. And the only other thing I would say is that besides the two main campuses, which are Lincoln Park and Loop, we also have some cohorts happening. One at Harper College at the University Center. And starting this fall, we're going to have a cohort at the University Center of College of Lake County too. So if you're kind of out in those areas and not looking to necessarily take classes downtown or Lincoln Park because of the commute, we will have some opportunities to get your Bachelor of Arts degrees out there as well. The nice thing about DePaul, and one thing that I loved about transferring to DePaul, is that you can go on and get your master's degree and be a double demon like I am. And we have some nice scholarship for students that are moving on to that kind of double demon process, where they would get their undergrad degree and the master's degree pretty much within 3 years of transferring over. So that'll be enough of me, and I will put everything in the chat box for you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Awesome. If you have any questions for DePaul University, please put it down in the Q&A at the bottom. All right, next up we have Lewis University.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. My name is Carly Reinholtz. I am a transfer admission counselor at Lewis University. I was also a transfer student myself and transferred to Lewis from a community college. So I'm sure we all have similar journeys, but I also can understand the experience. I'm going to share my screen with you. Once I can find it. Yep. Okay, so Lewis University is located in Romeoville, Illinois. It's about 45 minutes south of Chicago. So we are a good location if you are near there. We have a lot of commuter students, but we do have students that also live on our campus. We are the 7th largest private college in Illinois, about 6,500 total students. About 4,500 of those students are undergraduate. Our top majors are aviation, nursing, business, education, all sorts, and computer science, but we have over 80 majors. So I'm sure we have something for you. We are a liberal arts college, meaning that a lot of students can do some majors, minors, really blend some interesting things together that you might not think work, but they combine them just because they love them, and then you can get a great degree in something that you love to do. 90% of our classes have less than 30 students in them, which we are really proud of. We are a mid-sized institution. We're not too small where you feel like you're just by yourself, but we're not too large where you feel lost in a crowd of thousands of students, hundreds of students, things like that. So your professors do know you by your name. We have no teaching assistants and no graduate assistants teaching your classes. So it's all faculty that are teaching your classes, all have master's degrees or higher in their field of study that they had their degrees in teaching you your classes, or they have significant work experience on top of that as well. And you have direct access to them via email. Some of them even give their cell phone numbers out. Wonderful faculty here at our Lewis campus. We are dedicated to service as well. A lot of our Lewis students, even though you're not required to do it, they give back anyway. So we really just like to emphasize that if this is something you are proud to do and you love to do, we have so many different service fairs and service organizations, Habitat for Humanity. We even have students that go overseas and work in orphanages if they want to as well. So there's ways to make that affordable for you if you want to do something along those lines. We have over 1,700 hours of service work that is performed by our students each year. That's just the kind of students that we have on our campus, and we're very proud of it. Our tuition for next year is located here. It's $35,262 for the year. And room and board, if you do plan to live on campus, is around $11,050 per year. But we do offer significant scholarships based off of your transfer GPA. So it's a cumulative average. If you went to multiple institutions, that's completely fine, but we'll take the cumulative average from there and award you these scholarships ranging from $13,000 to $15,000. And you can also stack a Phi Theta Kappa scholarship if you are a Phi Theta Kappa member at your local community college. We also have Alumni Legacy if your parents have graduated from Lewis. There's also additional funds that you could look into and we could discuss more in detail if you have any questions, but we really like to emphasize that scholarship because that is renewable. So those scholarships you see there can be renewed every year that you are a Lewis student, just got to be full-time. And our admission requirements, it just depends on the major that you're interested in. You can see some of our majors have significantly higher GPA requirements, but generally speaking, we just look for a 2.0 GPA and just good academic standing at the institution that you're at. And if obviously we need an official transcript and an application for acceptance. So very simple, streamlined process. Along with me, there's 2 other transfer counselors here in our office that could assist you, and we would be working with you from the time you apply, or actually even before then if you want, all the way through the application process up until you start classes. We are your main point of contact. We'll answer any of all of your questions, and if we can't answer it, then we'll point in the right direction of who can answer it for you. We do offer a maximum of 72 credits from a community college or 96 from a 4-year institution. So if you think you went to multiple places and you don't really know what transfers, that's what we're here for. So as a transfer admission counselor, we can work with you to show you higher credits transfer to Lewis with the degree that you're interested in, even if it's multiple degrees. We can also even work with you before you are applying to Lewis. So if you think you might want to come to Lewis, but you're not sure, you just want to explore that option, you can also do that as well. We don't require you to apply to Lewis in order to start that conversation with us. In fact, we'd always encourage it, especially for some of our majors that are very specific, like aviation or nursing. They have a lot of requirements, specific class requirements that we'd want you to have done before you start at Lewis. So it's always nice to talk to a counselor before you come to Lewis. And you can see our other requirements for our specific majors listed there for GPA. We are open for visitors, just very limited on who's in the office when. So we are working from home, but we're also there in the office once or twice a week, depending. So we do have individual visits where you can go and register for one of those online, Monday through Friday from 9 to 3. And on every half hour, we also are offering an individual campus tour. So it'll be just you and your family. An appointment is required for that. We are not accepting walk-ins at this point. And we do offer Saturday visits once a month. If you're not comfortable meeting with somebody in campus, but you still want to come and visit, we do offer a driving tour. It's actually a link on our website. Just Google or just go in the search bar and type in driving tour, and it actually will take you step by step through our campus with a little screen that you can watch a video and also kind of drive along the campus just as a self-guided tour. No appointment required for that. You can come anytime. We also have these individual virtual information sessions you can attend if you want every 3rd Wednesday and every 3rd Tuesday, depending on your major, and you can sign up for all that online. And that's it from me. Thank you so much and have a great evening.
Awesome, thank you so much. If you have any questions for Lewis University, please put it down in the Q&A at the bottom. Next up, we have Roosevelt University.
All right, well, hi guys, how's it going? My name's Elaine, I'm with Roosevelt University. So just to start out, we'll go through some history of Roosevelt. We were founded in 1945 and very founded in social justice, which we hold to our needs today for our students, and we try to integrate it into academics, into extracurriculars. There are tons of opportunities to get involved outside of that as well on campus. So as far as academics will go at Roosevelt, we do have over 70 different areas of study spanning through our 6 colleges, the arts and science, business, education, performing arts, science, health, and pharmacy, and then Robert Morris experiential learning, which we did merge with Robert Morris last year. So that is a relatively new school to our to Roosevelt. As far as student life will go at Roosevelt, we have 25 athletic teams on campus. We have over 200 performances a year, typically in a given year. And this year with COVID, most were virtual opportunities, but we still tried to stay true to those opportunities that we can span by having Chicago as our doorstep. So that is the main component of Roosevelt, is that we are located right in the center of the city. As far as living on campus, one of our options is the Wabash building. This is where the admissions office is located as well. And then the 18th through 35th floor are a really beautiful view of the city and where the students will actually get to live at, as well as then the University Center building, which is our second option for students. We do also have a large population of commuters as well. And then why choose Roosevelt? Along with some of the other schools that have talked, while we're located in Chicago, we are a smaller size in the classroom. So we have about 11 to 1 student to faculty ratio, which just really helps students to foster those relationships with professors. 53% of our classes are under 20 students. So you're really gonna get a lot of one-on-one attention in the classroom, which will then stem to opportunities that you'll find outside, whether it be an internship or some kind of opportunity that a professor recommends to you. You'll really get to know your faculty while you're here at Roosevelt, and that will lead into a lot of other opportunities as far as our honors program, the Learning Commons, which is really great to utilize a lot of the times for first generation students and non-traditional students as well. We have over 50 different organizations on campus that are a lot of the time student run and very much going to be in that social justice idea, as well as then the career development and professional development that you receive through internships and other opportunities that you would be able to take advantage of. And then to the point of the admissions and scholarships, we try to make it very easy for students to apply to Roosevelt. They can visit just roosevelt.edu/admissions and submit an application. It is free to do this. For both freshmen and transfers, we're looking for a 2.0 cumulative GPA for our admission decision. And then for transfers, we will want to see at least 15 transferable hours in order to make it a decision. On top of that, if students are full-time and they do meet that 2.0 GPA, they will be offered a merit-based scholarship ranging between $8,000 to $10,000 this year. Then as well, at the time of FAFSA, there is some potential need-based aid as well if students have filed and fit in that criteria. And additionally, we do also honor the Phi Theta Kappa scholarship to be stacked of 1,000, a Star Scholar, and the Dreamer Grant, which we can award at the time of admission. Additionally, then any grants, work study, or loans coming from the FAFSA as well. And that is it. Here's some information, just a little bit about what we are doing at this time. We are currently virtual, but we are looking to, in the next month or two, move to some in-person opportunities if we can, more on a one-on-one basis as well. But at this time, we do have those virtual opportunities where you can meet with a counselor, do a tour, or any of our upcoming events as well.
All right, awesome. If you have any questions for Roosevelt University, please put it down in the Q&A at the bottom. Next up, we have Monmouth College.
Hi, everyone. I'm Wendy Downing from Monmouth College. I'm taking us out of Chicago and out of the suburbs. Monmouth is located in Western Illinois, about 2.5 hours, maybe 2.5, 3 hours from Chicago and the suburbs, about an hour south of the Quad Cities, and then an hour north of Peoria, if you're more familiar with those areas. We have about 900 to 1,000 students currently on campus, so it is a small private liberal arts college. Our classes are currently in person, so we don't offer online classes in a normal time, and currently everyone is in person. Average class size is between 15 to 20 students, really depending on your majors. For example, this is a real classroom. It's one of our chemistry classes taught by Professor Brad Sturgeon. So you can see it's really seminar-based, a lot of discussion, not really lecture. We have over 40 majors. We only award bachelor degrees, no master's programs on our campus. Some of the more popular majors include business, exercise science, education, psychology, and that's true for our entire student body population as well as the incoming transfer students. Those are the more popular majors. Currently, our placement rate for the 2019 class was 99%. So what that means is within 6 months of graduation, 99% of those alums did have a job or were in grad school. Some of them, one transfer student actually got his also chemistry degree and is now at Yale. Some students are employed at Caterpillar in Peoria, State Farm, USDA, just a number of places that you've probably heard of, and getting internships, of course, while they're at Monmouth. Related to student life, athletics are a big part of our campus culture. About a third to a half of students are involved in our varsity athletics. This is a picture from one of our recent, not this year, I think it was last year's football championship game. We've had 12 conference championships in the past 3 years. And like I said, we do have 22 sports. Also big on campus are fine arts and also Greek life. 2 of our sororities were nationally founded at Monmouth. They're known as the Monmouth Duo, and that's a rich part of our culture. Changing gears to just the transfer process as a whole, similar to how everyone's mentioned, we do require the transfer application, and then we need an official college transcript from every college attended. The maximum of 64 credit hours will transfer to Monmouth. Most courses with a D or higher will transfer, and students with that associate's degree will transfer at junior standing. Whether you're still in high school and thinking ahead to transferring, or if you are at a local community college, we have a ton of transfer guides available on our website, so be sure to check those out. Same thing as everyone's been mentioning, they show the community college catalog, how it transfers, does it satisfy a gen ed, etc. We do have official transcript evaluation at time of acceptance, but those guides are helpful. Plus, I'd be happy to do an unofficial evaluation if you're just starting the process and would like some questions answered. Of course, scholarships and money is important. Our transfer student scholarships range from $17,500 to $22,000 based on your community college or college GPA. That is renewable every year. We do award the Phi Theta Kappa scholarship up to $2,000, also renew every year. There is a full tuition scholarship for students with a 3.2 or higher. A little bit more information's there. Unfortunately, the deadline is passed for this upcoming fall, but I anticipate the deadline for fall 2022 will be next February. And then we do award need-based grants, and there are a couple of private scholarship opportunities that I think are worth mentioning too. So be sure to look up PICU and then also the IACAC scholarships. Those would apply for Monmouth and a number of almost all of our schools as well. And then, like I said, we're on campus, so definitely come and visit. If you're able, we have visits Monday through Friday, and then also some select Saturdays. You can meet with a professor during the visit, of course, go on a campus tour, meet with me or one of the other admission counselors. And if you're not comfortable coming to campus, be sure to check out those mini classes. There's a variety of topics on those, or I'm offering virtual office hours once a month on a Friday. So like I have office hours this upcoming Friday from 9 to 3, for example. And then just some other things. Here's my contact information. I'm the main transfer person at Monmouth College. So when you're starting the process, you'll probably talk to me, and I'm always happy to answer questions. Here's my email, as well as the transfer page, monmouthcollege.edu/transfer.
All right, fantastic. If you have any questions for Monmouth College, please put it in the Q&A down at the bottom. Next up, we have Grand Valley State University.
Hello, everyone. My name is Wallace Holder. I am the Assistant Director of Admissions at Grand Valley State University. Here's my contact information should you need to reach me after today. My email address is holderw@gvsu.edu. I'll also be putting that information in the chat later, just so that if you would like to reach me, I am always available to answer those questions for you. So a little bit about Grand Valley State University. Over the years, we have received many accolades, including being one of the best universities in the Midwest by the Princeton Review. one of America's top colleges by Forbes magazine, as well as my favorite, one of America's best college buys for 25 consecutive years. I'll tell you a little bit why that was the case in just a moment. We were ranked number 6 in the nation for study abroad participation by institutional research and evaluation. As well, we have programs of note at both the undergraduate and graduate level in areas like engineering and business. So all of these things lead to student success at Grand Valley State University. 94% of our recent grads are employed or pursuing advanced degrees. 25% of our students participate in research, and 35% of our graduates graduate debt-free. Now, a little bit more, diving a little bit deeper into Grand Valley State University. We are a 4-year public university in Michigan with the main campus in the town called Allendale. Allendale is about 12 miles west of downtown Grand Rapids, which happens to be the 2nd largest city in Michigan. Our location's ideal because we're halfway between Lake Michigan and that large metropolitan area, so it really serves to benefit students in many ways. We're just under about a 3-hour car ride from Chicago, so not that far from Illinois. Our total population is just over 23,000. The majority of our students are undergraduates, and that's right at 20,000 students. And the great thing, even though we're a larger public institution, our average class size is still 26 students. 90% of our courses are 40 or fewer students. So students are definitely guaranteed hands-on learning with faculty in a variety of situations. I'll tell you a little bit more about that in just a second as well. So like I mentioned, 25% of our students participate in research, and those students have the opportunity to learn more about these opportunities through our Office of Undergraduate Research and Scholarships. So that includes ways to fund these opportunities. Students at Grand Valley are answering questions that deal with the current pandemic, and students definitely are a part of innovative and groundbreaking research in many academic disciplines. Over 4,000 study abroad programs are available to our students, and over 8,000 of our students participated in experiential learning. So basically getting that hands-on experience, taking what they've learned in the classroom, that theoretical knowledge, and applying it in real-world circumstances. That took the form of internships, student teaching, engineering co-ops, practicums, and a number of other opportunities. When it comes specifically to transfer admission, our requirements are very straightforward. A student who's earned at least a 2.5 college grade point average with 30 earned credits will meet admission requirements to transfer to Grand Valley State University. If the student has less than 30 credits, well, we'll also request an official high school transcript as well as standardized test scores. If you've been out of high school for more than 3 years, though, those test scores won't be required. Our application is on our website. It requires either $30 or a fee waiver and official college transcripts. So decisions will be made and sent to students within 3 weeks of us receiving a completed application and all of its required documents. In addition to receiving that decision in 3 weeks or less, we'll also provide you with an official analysis of how your credits transfer to Grand Valley State University. So I mentioned earlier that for 25 consecutive years, Grand Valley was one of the 100 top or best college buys in the nation. Here's why. So for a non-Michigan resident, your total cost right now is just a little bit over $24,000. That's for your tuition and room and board, all of your required costs. Your tuition includes things such as counseling services, tutoring, attending athletic home games, a variety of other services. So much is included in that cost. So we are definitely not only an inexpensive alternative, but there's a huge amount of value available to our students. And this is based on if you're living on campus in what we call Laker Village apartments, but you have many housing styles to choose from. So the last thing I want to share with you is, again, my contact information. I'm Wallace Holder, the Assistant Director of Admissions and the Illinois Regional Representative for Grand Valley State University. My email address, again, holderw@gbsu.edu. And we have a multitude of opportunities for you to visit Grand Valley virtually. You can learn more about the transfer admissions process. We have virtual office hours for transfer students where you can meet with our transfer coordinator, ask your specific questions questions. You can meet one-on-one with an admissions counselor. You can learn more about the admissions process, or even learn more about our services at Grand Valley. How does Career Services prepare our graduates for life after Grand Valley? What are the housing options available to you? We have so many sessions on our website where you can dive deeper into some of the topics that I've talked about, and even additional things, including financial aid and scholarships. As well, we are offering in-person visits at Grand Valley State University. They are on a limited basis and do require advanced registration. So check out our website. It's gvsu.edu for more information. So thank you so much for your time.
Awesome. Thank you so much. If you have any questions for Grand Valley State University, please put it in the Q&A down at the bottom. Last but certainly not least, we have St. Francis Medical Center College of Nursing.
Okay, there we go. Hi, everybody. My name is Annie Schmidt, and I am the recruiter for the St. Francis Medical Center College of Nursing in Peoria. I'm actually a 1997 graduate of our BSN program, so I do know firsthand about what the process is like and what kind of education that you get through our bachelor's program. I'm going to share a few things while I talk. Maybe. There we go. Just having some technical difficulties there. So I was just going to buzz through a few things and fill you in a little bit. So we are, well, there we go. We are on the campus of St. Francis Medical Center in Peoria, which is a level 1 trauma center and a magnet hospital, which is the best of the best. We have over 600 beds in the medical center in Peoria, and OSF is one of the largest healthcare organizations in the US, and there are multiple opportunities to work for OSF within Illinois and in Michigan. So our graduates typically get first dibs on any of the positions within OSF. Most of our clinical sites are within the medical center. We do have some additional experiences within our local health department, our neighboring hospital, and some other local areas around the community. Oh, there we go. Of course, this is being not very nice to me tonight. Well, I guess we're not going to do the tour. I did have the virtual tour on here. We actually filmed the virtual tour when COVID was in full force and we were not able to have visitors on campus. I am doing campus tours now, so I would love to have anybody that's interested to get a hold of me, and you can come and walk around and see the whole atmosphere and the whole medical center campus, which is really a neat experience. We do offer multiple different program options. So our Bachelor of Science in Nursing is typically our transfer program, and then we offer the RN to BSN for graduates of a diploma or associate's program, as well as all of our different master's and postgraduate certificates and Doctor of Nursing Practice options. So I wanted to focus mainly on the BSN program, since that is our transfer option. I just don't think this is going to cooperate with me very well tonight. I apologize. So some of our best attributes of the college is we are extremely competitive as far as tuition goes. Our closest competitor in the Peoria area, we are nose to nose as far as tuition rates. We have extremely affordable on-site housing, which is in the same building that the students take classes. It's $1,950 a semester to live in our dorm, which is fantastic. Amazing financial aid opportunities, and our financial aid coordinator is just fantastic about working with everyone individually. Scholarships, grants, tuition reimbursements, there is so much available for the students. very much a family-like atmosphere, which is one of the things that I loved about it as a student, and even more so as part of the faculty and staff now. It is the most compassionate and caring group of faculty I have ever been around. They truly want the students to be successful, not just get through it. They want them to be successful, so when they go into their career, they can walk with their head held high and be proud that they know what they're doing. If you're struggling, we have an academic development center, which is like a tutoring service, and our very own counselor, who's amazing. One of our library technicians runs a writing center. So if, you know, English and writing papers isn't your thing, we do have somebody that can help with that. And overall, we've been in business for over 110 years doing this. And we feel like we turn out some pretty amazing nurses. So it's really a great program. So as far as the BSN program goes, it is a transfer program. The students need to complete 59 hours of pre-nursing courses at the college or university of their choice. They then apply to the nursing program. Minimum GPA is 2.5 out of 4. For your anatomy and physiology courses, we also require a 2.5 GPA out of 4 for those two classes, which boils down to a B and a C in A&P 1 and 2. And that is because that is the backbone of nursing. You have to have a good grasp on anatomy and physiology to be able to get a grasp on everything that goes into being a nurse. Our science classes do have to be taken within the last 10 years, and only 2 classes in the past 5 years may be repeated. So I like to tell students, if you think you are not going to do well in a class, withdraw. Don't fail it and repeat it. Unless it's one of your science courses, pretty much everything else, you can find something different to take. Don't let that be your downfall. They do need to be taken for a grade rather than pass fail, with the exception of spring of 2020. We do accept pass fail for spring of 2020 due to COVID. And all of our grades must be a C or above to transfer. We do not accept Ds. So the application process involves official high school transcripts, official college transcripts from every institution that a student has attended. They need to fill out the application form, have their application fee, and once they have 30 credit hours completed and 2 of the sciences, then they can apply. And let me get my contact information. Here's my contact information. Give me a call. You can email me or visit our website or visit our Facebook page.
Awesome. Thank you so much. If you have any questions for St. Francis Medical Center College of Nursing, please put it down in the Q&A at the bottom. All right, we have some extra time. So if you all, as my presenters for this evening, can join me and turn your videos on, that would be absolutely fantastic. Let me share my screen here. I have a question for you all, as you can see on your screen. My question is, what advice would you give someone going through the transfer process? So we're just going to go in presentation order as we did earlier. And DePaul University, you are first. So what advice would you give?
I would definitely say that it's never too early to connect with a transfer counselor. I think it's the most important thing to know who you can connect with in order to plan what is best for you, not what's best for your friend or what you've heard, but really connecting with a counselor to know exactly what you should expect and when to do it by.
Awesome, thank you. Lewis University?
Cynthia, you stole my answer. I think that's honestly the most important thing. And I don't think we stress it enough, because we have a lot of students that come in from transfer institutions who, you know, they maybe were discussing it with a friend, or they talked to an advisor and the advisor really didn't know, the advisor at the community college might not have understood what they really wanted, or just didn't know what school to go to. And they come in with these questions like, yeah, everything transfers, right? And you're just like, no, like not everything does, you know? So it breaks our heart, because we're like, you could have just came to us and we could have told you, you know, like we could have helped you out before that. I feel like some students might just get a little scared about talking to us because maybe there's some kind of pressure there, but honestly, that's what we're here to do. We are transfer counselors to assist you to make it an easy and smooth transition. So I just wanted to piggyback and really emphasize exactly what Cynthia said.
Awesome, thank you. Roosevelt University.
Definitely piggyback off of that, but I'll take it another route. And then when you get on campus, take initiative and get out of your comfort zone, you know, the same as a first year student. Sometimes it feels harder as a transfer to make those connections and relationships. So do what you can to, yes, get out of your comfort zone.
Oops, sorry about that. All right, Monmouth College, you're next.
Yeah, visit campus. I feel like students just assume they know everything about our campuses. They maybe have looked at the transfer guide, so they think they know how classes transfer. And then they just have, I don't know, they have an assumption of what campus is going to be like. And visit campus and visit multiple campuses. Act like you're a high school senior again, going through this college process, and meet with everyone you can on the college campuses.
Great advice so far. Grand Valley State University, what would you add?
I would add just to be aware of deadlines. Make sure you know the application deadlines, make sure you know the scholarship deadlines. And just like one of the speakers mentioned, contact the admissions offices at the various colleges that you're thinking about transferring to, just so we can make you aware of those things so that you can receive scholarships and any things that really are rightfully yours to receive and use at the colleges or university. And then along the line of money, just remember you're paying for this experience, so take full advantage of it.
Fantastic, thank you. Last but not least, St. Francis Medical Center, College of Nursing.
Well, since we're just a little bit different, we are a single purpose school. I would definitely suggest to get a hold of somebody in the admissions department and make sure that you are taking the right classes. Since we are extremely specific about what we need to have, definitely get a hold of me or one of the other admission team to make sure that you are not taking a bunch of classes that you don't need, because you don't want to waste your money on things that aren't going to apply to you in the future. So website, Facebook, email, however you want to get a hold of us, just get a hold of us.
Awesome. Thank you all so much. I definitely learned a lot, and I hope our attendees did as well. Thank you all so much for being here. My presenters and panelists for this evening, you were fantastic. Thank you for teaching us a little bit about your awesome universities. And my attendees, thank you so much for joining us. It is super important that you are here. Obviously, as the experts have given the advice, definitely check them out, right? But obviously with fun, time definitely flies, and 45 minutes has definitely flown. So we're at the end of our virtual college fair this evening. So thank you all so much for joining. But before you leave, super quickly, we have just a quick survey. So after you close this window, a very, very quick 4-question survey will appear. Go ahead and give us some feedback. Also, disregard the signing up for more sessions for this evening. We do not have any more sessions for this evening. But remember, if mom missed out, dad missed out, grandma wants to know what's going on, or maybe you just want to relive the experience this evening, the recording for this virtual college fair, as well as other sessions, will be available at strivescan.com/Illinois in the next coming days. Without further ado, y'all, I just want to thank you once again and have a great night. Thank you so much. Bye, everybody.